guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are talking about a book that I am reading, and it is called Sacred Woman by Queen Afua. This is not just any book, you guys. This book actually is like a guide to help you become a sacred woman and get back to your roots and just know about your history and not what people portray as your history or not what people tell you is your history. So they basically go and they contradict what a lot of people think, and then they put the facts in it. It's a really good book. It's a guide to healing the feminine body, mind, and spirit. So Queen Afua says it better than me any time, any day. But I've been reading this book for I think a week now. Yeah, I think Monday made the 7th day. So I've been reading this book for a little over a week. Right now I'm reading Sacred Word, but I'm practicing Sacred Womb. How the book works is you have to read each gateway before you start practicing the spiritual side of that gateway. So right now I finished a Sacred Womb, so I'm about to go and I'm about to apply everything she said to my life. But she doesn't want you to apply it until after you've read the whole gateway. When I first started the book, I was like, I don't know, this kind of sound weird, this and that, but that was the side of me that was taught something totally different from what things are supposed to be. The first thing that it tells you to do, which I am in the process of doing now, is creating your sacred altar. So at first I was like, I don't know about that, because I'm a Christian. Christianity does talk about not worshiping like different idols and stuff like that. So I thought that that was an altar. But as I kept on reading, I noticed that the altar is really to embrace whatever gateway you want to embrace. So your altar is there with you forever. Even though your sacred woman journey comes to an end, your altar will still be there. And even when your sacred journey comes to an end, you can always apply the different gateways as you need to, and she does say that in the book as well. So whenever you feel like you're slacking in a certain area, you could go on and you could deal with that gateway. So for example, I know there's sacred union. If you notice that you and your partner is not really seeing eye to eye stuff, or things are going bad, you can start to do that gateway again. You can start to practice those spiritual practices that she talks about there. But I ain't there yet, so I don't really even know what sacred union talks about, but I'm just guessing and giving you guys an example. Right now, you guys, where I am at with this whole sacred womb journey, I did not get all the way started, but I am practicing some of the things that we're supposed to practice. For example, we're supposed to wake up at 4 to 6 a.m. and we meditate, or we take our spiritual bath, and we have our herbal teas and things like that. I woke up from 4 to 6 this morning and I meditated and I said my affirmations, and after I did that, you guys, I felt so good and so energized. Even though it was so early in the morning, it still felt really, really good. And then after I did that, I think I read my Sacred Woman book, and then I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I drank my tea and I just checked up on my Instagram, checked up on my different social media platforms just to see what's going on. But then I eventually got off because there was nothing for real that was positive. And I'm telling you guys, once you get into it, a lot of things on Instagram and a lot of music that you listen to, you will not be so you wouldn't be so engaged in it. And I'm not saying that like you're not gonna want to do it, you're not gonna like it. It's just that it's not of interest. Like, you know that it's something bigger to life than just rap music, or it's something bigger to life than Instagram and the negative comments that people leave on certain things and stuff like that. I'm in the process of about to unfollow certain people. Like, if and Queen Afua does say if something isn't stimulating your mind or it isn't positive, then try to cut it off. I know she didn't say it like that, but it's in the book. It, like, if you read it and then you think about what she's saying, that's pretty much what I took from it. But right now I'm in the process of building my sacred altar, and I'm also in the process of going to the grocery store and getting everything that I need to get. Queen Afua is also a holistic doctor, and she talks a lot about being a vegetarian and eating raw foods instead of cooking your foods and things like that. I am going to, she talks a lot about fasting, let me say that. So I am going to fast while I do my Sacred Woman journey, and I am going to be cutting back with a lot of meat that I eat, which is big in there. You will talk about, Queen Afua talks about it in the book, about eating meat and things like that. You guys have to read this book. I don't want to ruin anything, because I know there are some people that do still like to eat meat, even though they know it's bad for them. They don't want to know the real bad. So I'm just not even going to tell you guys what's going on in the book. You guys just need to get a Sacred Woman by, well, it's not a Sacred Woman, it's Sacred Woman by Queen Afua. You guys need to get it and read it, but it's big on meat, and it talks about meat a lot, especially the first 134 pages that I read. She talks a lot about just baths and showers, like sacred baths, sacred showers. She talks about a lot about just cleansing your womb and drinking green juices and all of that. That goes into food as well, but like drinking green juices and vegetables and things like that. And she just talks about caring for your womb and reconnecting with your womb and actually having conversations and talking and appreciating your womb, because that's what makes us a woman, and that's our sacred seat, and we tend to not really care for her. We tend to have hysterectomies, we tend to have infections, STDs, we tend to just a lot of things, and even things that's not our fault, when we're raped, when we are molested, things like that. Again, not for every, it's not speaking like every woman has had this done to them. It's just saying that like these are the things that you're cleansing your womb from, and negativity and all of those types of things. So yeah, that's pretty much what the Sacred Womb is talking about. And it also talks about waist beads, how they're good for protection and fertility, and some other things like that. I am eventually going to be doing the full spirit experience, and I think one of my videos every week is going to be dedicated to my Sacred Woman journey. Either is reading you guys a poem from the book that I think is deep, which I have one that I will be reading next week maybe, whether it's meditation, whether it's me doing anything that's for the Sacred Woman that I want to keep for myself, so that I can watch my journey and so that you guys can see my journey and get an idea kind of what it's about. Being that it's a spiritual healing, I will not be recording every single little thing I do for Sacred Women. I will be keeping some stuff with myself and trying to get into my spirits, but I will also be dropping some of my routines or some things that I like about my spiritual journey. I will also be coming and telling you guys how I feel and what's going on with my body, what's going on in my mind and my spirits. And yeah, so I hope you guys like this video. I know I rambled on a lot and I talked about a lot, but the book talked about a lot, and I just want to kind of share my piece on it. I've seen everybody making videos about it, so I just wanted to talk about it.